Hello, welcome to the Clawcast. I'm Reaper. What is that? What episode is this? 4? Yeah, episode 4.
Episode. Wait,
Hello.
no. Well, yeah, four. Getting lost in the notes here.
Okay, so we've got special guests today. Abe, run through your introduction real quick.
All right, so we've got Reaper, of course, and me, Ave. And we've got 2 guests with us today to talk about Brawl Stars.
Lovely.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I guess I've
All right,
been
what if
brought
you go
on to the
first?
show. Oh, who's going first? Okay. Well then, my name is Jay. I've been playing the game for about 2 years now, a bit on and off, and yeah, that's me.
Is that it? Is that it?
Probably. Well, you could stretch 3 years.
No.
2.5.
Yeah, I'd say 3 because I was back a year and a half ago. So
That's
we were
fair,
playing the year before that.
Bro, we're old. Okay.
All right, and then 4th person, what do you want to go by?
My name's Jayru, and I've been playing the game for about maybe 8 months to a year now, give or take.
Buddy.
No, it's been like 15 months.
Buddy, it's like...
If you were around for Blocksters,
Wow, love that.
Blocksters went away last January. So you were playing at least before then. I think you were playing since like November 2022.
Yep.
Okay.
I've
Yeah.
been playing since about, I don't know, November of 2023, maybe?
Okay, and I've been playing since like 2 weeks after global release.
Let's see here. I played Brawl Stars starting 2021, 2020. Yeah, it was the end of the school semester 2020, so that was about April. Yeah, April 2020. Final answer.
Yeah, that sounds about right because we talked about it for finals week.
Yup. That was great. Some of the most discussed finals.
Okay. Absolutely. It was so bad. All right. Abe, let's do some catching up. What's new with you?
Well, let's see. Went to a dance last night, and that was this week. On Tuesday, we had normal karate, and then on Thursday, they were like, "Oh yeah, we forgot to send an email out, but it turns out it's actually sparring week." And I was like, "Ah, crap! I didn't bring my gear."
Rip.
Rip.
It's always a hassle.
So I've got a few things with me. So number 1, first and foremost, my laptop gave out. I think we're gonna take it to a shop tomorrow, but there's no time to do it today. So I'm recording off my phone. Hopefully my audio is not horrible. And then the other thing is that I've been I can move for the last 3 days. That's cool. I don't know. I think that's just about all that's new with me. I'm moving halfway across the U.S., and that's going to be something new for sure.
Yeah. Now I can say I have a friend that lives somewhere across the country.
Real.
Oh, the other thing about me is I changed my profile picture to a different Genshin character, so that's fun.
Lovely.
Oh, yeah.
Should we hop right into it?
Let's get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, well, we talked about how long we've been playing. So how did we all get into the game? Well, kind of started with me, huh?
Yep.
One of my friends played the beta, got me into the game. One of my friends played the beta, got me into the game. I played about 2 weeks after Global came out, when I found out it came global. And then I went through a whole bunch of people that like I played with for a little while, and then they stopped playing. Now I'm here with my group. So a little bit of background on Brawl Stars. It's a 3v3, generally a 3v3 game. So, having two people to play with means that you won't be stuck with random teammates, which can be great because random teammates are the biggest throws on the planet of Earth.
Yeah.
So,
it breeds
I ended up
humility.
finding my two long-term. Breeds humility. That's a good point. And I've definitely been the bad random sometimes. It happens.
Yeah, it
Sometimes.
happens from time to time.
Yup. I can relate.
So yeah, I found two people who I like to be with, and I introduced them to my favorite game. And we used to play nightly. I think for the last 2 weeks, it's been like once or twice a week.
Yeah, because of
Yeah.
burnout and other issues.
Yep.
Yeah, Jay got burnout, and I realized, oh wait, I'm actually extremely competitive as far as most games are concerned. So I should take it down a notch and try and be a little bit more casual of a game, like take a more casual approach to games. And it's actually helped my mindset a lot. I find myself getting tilted a lot less, but it also means that I have less drive to play games. So
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to the casual mindset. Great to have you.
Welcome.
yes, sir. I'm glad to be here. Let's see. Jay, you got in the game. We talked about this a little bit. Over finals week, we talked about it for like 3 days straight.
Yeah.
It was great.
Unlike many other game suggestions, I decided, oh, what the heck? I'll give this one a try. Because usually somebody gives me a game suggestion, and I was like, that doesn't really seem like my style. I guess I'll give it a try. And then Ben pitches this game to me, and I'm like, oh, that's just another PvP game. I don't know about that. Ironically, unlike some of the other games that just fell by the wayside, I actually picked it up like second night, I'm pretty sure, because I mean, yeah, repetition breeds conviction or something like that. And after hearing how great this game is, I was like, fine, I guess I'll cave and give it a try. Turns out that's what I spent a while on. So yeah, it was so funny because Ben pitches it
through
to
the
me for
COVID years.
finally. Yeah, 3 years. I'm just gonna say 3 years to simplify it. Ben pitches the game to me. We play it for finals week, and then Ben drops off. So I'm playing through the summer and fall of 2020. And then I'm like, hey, broski, remember this game that you pitched to me? I'm actually getting kind of better. Would you like to try it out again? And then we did, and then we dropped off.
Yeah. So what happened? What happened on my end? I was playing on one of my parents' old devices, and then it ended up breaking. So I physically was unable to play the game. And then I got my own phone in the fall of 2022. And so that's when I got Discord and I got Brawl Stars again. And that's when we picked up the game. And then we played almost nightly for probably a year straight.
Oh, yeah. It was crazy. Almost nightly because there were gaps where I wasn't home or he wasn't home. And it would just be really difficult to let the internet line up in such a magical way to actually play a solid game.
Yeah. So then November of 2022, probably about 3 months after I got my phone. I'm like, hey, Jayru, you're my best friend. We've been best friends for like 3 years. How about you play this game with us?
Yep.
Again, I'm
And
pretty sure it's much longer than 3 years, but yeah, sure.
at that point, it was about 3, I think.
Yeah.
So we ended up staying up all night that night playing Brawl Stars. We went till like 2 a.m. I think.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
my gosh.
It was
Yeah, we played like
our
40,
win streak
50
filled up the
games that
entire
night.
backlog.
Nice.
Let's see. And then Ave joined the Brawl side a few months ago, and
Yeah,
he's been
you
brawling
told
with
me
us
about
on and
it.
off.
Yeah, I had seen it before, because I played Clash of Clans, which is also made by Supercell. I'd seen it before, but I was like,
Yeah.
I don't really have a reason to try it out yet. And then you told me about it, and I was like, oh, I'll try it. And then I've been playing since about November.
Yep.
Oh man,
All right, next,
Anyway,
I think.
That's a perfect segue.
Yeah,
that
perfect
was
segue.
a perfect segue.
We've got next is our.
Characters. Continue.
Favorite characters and playstyles. I'm kind of leading this one pretty hard. I'm talking a lot.
You're
Are,
good. You're
are
good.
we okay with that? Does anybody else want like?
Nah, it's chill. It's chill. I'm the guest after all.
Okay, favorite characters and playstyles. How about we start with Jayru because you haven't been given a window to talk in a minute.
When I first started playing, I really enjoyed Penny because she was like the best thing ever. I was so good at her. And then I dropped her,
It was
and then I picked up Meg. And oh my gosh, is she so much fun to play. I got her from
dude,
a Brawl
you can't just gloss over this, okay? You can't just gloss over this, okay? You got Meg out of like your third ever Brawl box.
That's what I'm saying.
You can't just gloss over that.
Yeah, but I was still a Penny main for a while before I actually started playing Meg consistently.
That's because at the time Meg was kind of bad and Penny was the best brawler in the game. So I'm like, hey, play the good one.
I'm really good at her, so what can I say? And then I got into Meg, I think a few months later, because they buffed her, and I had lots of fun with her. And then I think in season like 22 or something like that, they released Mandy, and then I like just barely got into Mandy, and she's been like my first rank 27.
Yeah, that's a grind that I haven't been able to make yet. I got really close with Crow, actually. But
Yeah.
I digress. Who wants next? Ave?
Sure. My favorite brawlers. Well, at first when I got the game, it was El Primo because just gotta love those tank characters.
Who doesn't love running at people and jumping on them?
Yep. And then I picked up Barley because he's a thrower. I like the range, which is a very contrasting pick compared to Primo because Primo has really short range.
Yeah.
And then they kind of now what am I trying to say? Tanks are harder to use now, I guess. At least Primo is, from what I've been noticing. And so
Yeah, the higher up in trophies. Sorry, you go.
I've been pushing Barley more, and I got him up to like 700 trophies. Primo is still at like 550 approximately.
Yeah, we went on a crazy push that night. Anyways, what I was going to say, when I very rudely interrupted you, is that tanks get harder and harder to play the higher up in trophies you get because people realize, oh wait, this character has a shorter range than me. I can just walk away.
Yup, and it gets kind of annoying.
You have to be very patient to play a close range brawler. So I guess I'll go next. My I bounced around a lot. My first main was also El Primo. He's a lot of fun. He just runs at people, punches their faces, and then jumps on them. Like there's nothing super complex to his gameplay. It's pretty straightforward and simple. Like I said, you have to get pretty patient in order to play him well. I'm pretty decent at that. Patience is kind of what I do. But I've shifted off of tanks for the most part, and I'm more of an assassin player now. Assassins and throwers. Which is really fun. My I guess the best way to put it is our coined term Distracto Force 5000. And generally that happens to be me. I'm the distraction so they don't worry about the actual threat.
Yep. Yeah.
And if they don't fall for the distraction, I delete them because that's what I do best, is punish stupidity. So I
deleting people.
Crow. I main Crow, who's an assassin. He's got a damage over time effect, which is it's stupid. It should not. It doesn't make him feel like an assassin, but it's fine. And then I secondary Dynamite, and he's a lot of fun because he throws over walls and does big damage. One shots like a quarter of the cast or something.
At a shorter range than Barley, so we got that balancing.
Well, yes, but it doesn't matter when he's got a fast move speed.
That's fair.
Anyways, I don't know. I feel like those are my two main picks, and then I can play just about any sharpshooter or thrower past that. I think the only thrower I haven't really gotten into is Grom, and I figured him out, but he's one of Jay's picks, so I kind of just leave him alone.
B is that's how I roll. You like?
Anyways, that's it.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't really like playing B too much. B is one of the ones that I never figured out how to play. Like genuinely, Ave, that we did your push and I pushed B. That was like the first time I ever felt good playing B.
Okay.
One of my earbuds is about to die, so audio might get scuffed in here in just a second.
Yippee!
All right.
Okay.
We're gonna roll with one. Hopefully this doesn't ruin things. Jay, you're up.
Okay. Well, since Ben pitched the game to me, I figured, oh, well, he's obviously the more experienced player. Why don't I just lean into the support aspect of the game and support him, the better, more competent player? So I bounced around and tried to find decent support roles here and there. Didn't really find any support roles that resonated with me. And then Ben was like, wait a minute, Gene's really good. And then I picked him up and I was like, yeah, no, you're right. He's really good. And so I played him in 3v3 modes semi-competently up until I picked up a couple of other brawlers. I mostly hang out around the mythic tier because high skill floor, high skill ceiling. Long way to truly master a brawler, but decently hard to pick up. So after Gene, I looked at Byron because, he's mythic. He's got support elements about him. And I would say he's one of my more competent picks, not just support, but also a sharpshooter as well.
Your Byron is probably one of your more scary picks.
Maybe, I've had a little bit of a hiatus, so I don't know about that. I'm not sure how true that will hold. There was.
To be real, it's only been 2 weeks. We've got muscle memory.
That's true. Colonel Ruffs around the same time as Gene. As I was transitioning into Gene, I had Colonel Ruffs as one of my picks, and then Gene kind of took that over.
Yeah, I stole Ruffs from you.
I don't think. No, I have actively told you that yes, you can have Ruffs. I legitimately don't see myself playing him enough to claim it as my pick anymore. Who else?
Yeah, that was a thing.
Colette is kind of lingered. I play a little bit of Colette sometimes,
Colette
like
is
in
awesome.
Hot Zone. It's definitely really fun to play Colette. It's just hard sometimes because generally the enemy is better at mastering their own health bar than you are, so that's
Yup.
one of those get good phrases. Now who do I play? That was in the past. Now, Squeak's pretty scary.
Yep.
I still
Right now,
play
when I think of you, I think of Grom and Squeak.
Grom and Squeak. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, when Grom first released, that was like at the time where I was like at a lack for content. Because if you remember, that was also when in Smash Brothers, Sora got released and they said that there's no more DLC for the game. So I was like, okay, what do I look forward to now? And then this came out, and then I saw his moveset and I was like, yo, wait, that's crazy janky. What would happen if I tried to master that? Ben
You
and
got
J Root
pretty
know
dang
the
good.
answer. Yeah, though it generally, if it's a Grom night, I only play Grom because he works so much differently than other characters. Even though he like throws over walls and has a decent area with his basic attacks, they're very different than most other throwers. So yeah, I think that's
Yes, this one mostly just let you have him. I like the throwers. They're a lot of fun being able to annoy people over walls. But you spent the time to actually learn Grom, and I didn't want to take that away from you by learning the character myself and having us compete for playing the same brawler. So I just let you have him.
honestly, I don't mind at all, especially since I'm not like playing the game as much anymore. So now's an amazing time for you to learn and experience Grom for yourself. It feels really good for no apparent
Yeah, realistically, I know.
Yeah. Continue, Ben.
Reason, yeah. I know that you're fine with me playing whoever I want because that's how the game is supposed to be played. But in my brain, I have this idea that like if we all have different picks, then we don't compete for the same positions in a team, and everything will be all right, and there won't be any like problems with team building or team synergy.
Yeah, that was my mindset going
Which-
into Brawl Stars.
Yeah. See, we're very good at not communicating and understanding what the other person is thinking. That's one thing that we've learned from Brawl Stars.
Yup.
Unless it's
We're
me,
so bad.
few moments where we've popped off for being silent.
Oh yeah. Yeah, some of our best games have been when we haven't been able to get on a call and like actually talk to each other.
Mm-hmm.
One moment comes to mind. We were playing in Bounty, and you were playing Carl. I can't remember who I was playing, but we just played it one game that was absolutely on point. I don't think either of us died that entire game, and we were covering each other. It was beautiful, and we immediately lost it because I said something, but it was great.
And there was one time that me and you played duo showdowns, and we had really good communication. Then you died, then I popped off, and they all had like 23 power cubes, and I was playing Carl.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then we weren't communicating after you respawned, and we just destroyed them.
Dude, I don't know how we do it. We're just
Built
friends are like that, I guess.
Real.
Well, then what do you think of the game, how it is right now?
It's a really good question. Ave, you're the newest one, so you probably have like the least amount of position on this. So let's have you go first.
I have the least.
and then we
I have the least amount of position and the least amount of knowledge on it.
Yeah, so let's have you start, and then we'll build off of you.
Yeah. From what I can tell, I think some of the hypercharges are absolutely stupid and broken. Not so, not like not they. I guess they've. Blah, 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 blah. Speaking is hard. I guess they might have they adjusted them a little bit since they released them.
Yes. All of the extremely problematic ones got nerfed pretty hardcore.
Cough,
But
cough,
they're
kit.
still good brawlers. Edgar.
Yeah.
Then I suppose we should let J-Root, unless you are finished speaking, Ave.
I don't know. That's really the only thing I've noticed. It's broken.
Bring back the boxes, please.
We knew that
I
was
hate starter
coming.
drops. I hate them so much. You get like, let's see, like maybe 500 rares before you get a super rare. Like, it's stupid.
And they're all PowerPoints.
Yep, they're all PowerPoints. Yippee! I love being in a coin defect. It's my favorite.
Okay.
Coin deficit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what he meant.
I can English, I promise.
Ben,
Yeah.
do we have you go next, or do I go next? Because I've got some I've talked and ranted to you guys about this for ages.
He's got some spicy takes. Let's hear it. I'm not sure what you're going to cover because I might
I'm
talk
not
the
sure
same
how
things.
spicy, but takes that are not common. Okay. The game overall is in a much better place than some other points in history I could directly point out. This is better when they first implemented Club League for starters. So much better. Oh my gosh. To be competitively viable, you have to play basically 3 times every week until like 3 months later when they changed it to every other week and introduced what's called club games.
Yep.
So then that went on for about a year. And then they finally changed gears so that they didn't cost their own special currency, because there were 2 currencies assigned to gears when they first released. There was the scrap, and then you had to get lucky and get the specific gear token. So in order to forge a gear, you had to get lucky and pull the correct token and have enough scrap. And that was awful.
that.
That was awful. Goodness to gracious, awful. To play at a competitive level, that was a time in the game where you actually you had to like catch up to professional players because they had so many resources from just like passively gathering. It's much better now. Well, hang on. Let me retract that statement. It's different now. Somehow it's not as stressful and more stressful. So it's one of the reasons that induced my burnout, because yeah, sure, I've probably grown soft, and instead of 3 days where I have to play the game, I only have 1 day. But here's my counterpoint. With the other club league, me and the boys could get on, play like 4 games. That was it. And then we could play the rest of the night to de-stress from whatever that was. But now you have to spend the entire night grinding out the event. Yep. I mean, at least it's once a month, but still, it's
a very long night.
It's a very long night.
Especially for us. The 3 of us have multiple accounts each, so it started out with 18 games you had to play. And now it's down to 15. Thank freaking goodness. That's minus 12 games for me and Jay, and that's minus 6 for J-Root.
It's technically more close to minus 6 games for me, because we kept my 2 most competitive accounts in the club. We moved the others as soon as this change was happening, because I was like, oh snap, there's no way I'm going to meet quota if I have the other 2 accounts in. And I still don't make quota because I'm burned out because of this new way of workload balance. So that's specifically what they've done with the clubs. Star
I want to
drop.
expand off that.
Oh yeah. No, you go ahead before I start talking about star drops because I'm very opinionated on those.
Okay, so part of gears getting changed off of scrap meant that they moved on to coins, and you need to spend like 8,000 coins to fully max out a brawler, and then another 1,000 coins per gadget that they get, and that's another button you can click. But every character has 2 gadgets, and then there's another 2,000 coins per star power you can get, which is a passive ability, and that also there's 2 per brawler. And then gears are now 1,000, and there are 5 per brawler. Or, I mean, you can only have 2 equipped at a time, so it's not the worst thing ever. You can just put 2,000 in there and have it be fine.
You're forgetting
But
something.
a lot of brawlers have special ones.
Epic
What am I
or
forgetting?
There's 6 gears.
That's right.
Oh, you're right. There are 6 gears. I forgot they added another. They added a 6th one, which is probably the most unbalanced one out of all of them. But it's fine. So let's see. There are, I think, 5 different not super epic gears that are 1,500 each, and therefore each one of them is only available for $10. And then there are mythic gears, which are brawler exclusive, that cost 2,000 yen. So genuinely, you can put 2,000 coins, not 2,000, 20, or like up to, I think it's 23 or 24,000. That's like the most you can spend on a brawler if you get them. If you have a brawler that has a mythic gear and you get them everything.
And then don't forget hypercharge.
As a general rule, it's. Oh yeah, true. Hypercharges are another utility option that just came out that costs 5,000 coins. So that brings us up to like almost 30,000, and that's easily runnable because it's such a big number. And for comparison, the other resource that we need to spend is called points, and those you only need about like, I want to say 1,000 or 2,000 per brawler.
There's no way.
Ratio of coins to power points.
Or 40 power points.
Yeah, it's upwards
How
of
many?
4,000.
4,000?
Well,
just to get Primo to
check the pinned message in our...
Just to get Primo to power 11, I need to spend 1,440 power points from power 10.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, 10 to 11.
Here we go. In order to max out a brawler, 3,740 power points. So, we need about 10 times as many coins as we do power points. Well, I don't know, probably about 8.5 times as many. But the coin to power point ratio is pretty much, I want to say like 5 to 3. So that means that on my account where I have every single brawler, which is like 74 now, 75.
75.
Is that about right?
It's 75 because I added kit.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just added a new one. That's why I'm.
Well, then they're adding Larry and Lori soon.
Oh.
No, they just came out like yesterday.
Well, it's not.
Let me see. 75 brawlers.
It's not counted on the total yet.
It's not.
Right.
No, they're getting released in 3 days.
Oh.
Unless you buy the early pass. Yeah, no, it doesn't count yet.
You're right.
Right. So that'll be 76. There's 76 currently technically playable. I have every single one. And my deficit here is I pulled up the game so I can get exact numbers. I have currently 1,317 coins and 19,290 power. So it's bad.
Oh, see, I'm on the opposite end
Yeah.
of that. I have
It's
75.
bad.
I have 75 power points and 1,430 coins.
Yeah, I can attest to that. As I was like adding on new alt accounts and stuff, the early game you are starved for power points because you have nowhere else to spend your coins. Because like you don't have outlets for those coins for your special utility options until Power 7 at the earliest. So you are starved for power points because you're just upgrading brawlers.
Yeah. I mean, I am well aware that I'm in like the top 3 or 4% of players as far as it goes, as far as like actual progression goes.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's a little annoying sometimes that like I'm over here playing almost nightly, and I think this is a lot of the reason that Jay got burned out too. Correct me if I'm wrong, but like we're playing nightly, and we're upgrading maybe 2 brawlers to max every 2 months.
Yes, that was one of the other things I wanted to talk about is the current coin economy. Ben kind of touched on that a little bit, and still is. But holy crap, we need to be able to keep up with every single Brawl Talk that they are releasing. We need to be able to have enough resources in their new Brawl passes to be able to max out 1 brawler and, 1.5 brawlers to keep up with the brawlers that they're releasing. Which,
If
I
we
mean,
want
I'm
to keep
glad.
up and also gain some more progression.
Yeah. So I'm glad that they're like releasing brawlers because that's just more ways to play the game. But at the same time, not everybody's going to have all of them. And brawlers that are released later down the line, unless you're there when they release, you don't have an option to unlock them along with the rest of the player base.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm pretty sure it's me, Ben, and J Root, like the top 20 to 10%, or end up like the top 20 to 10% of the game that actually have this problem. But yeah, we don't have enough coins to purchase a gadget, a star power, 2 gears, and a hypercharge for each brawler. Even though they're releasing 2 of them every time, we can probably reach that milestone with like 1. And it's a real problem because that means your account will never be maxed. You will never like some brawlers you will never play at their peak, like at their peak performance with all their requested utility. And yeah, there will inevitably be more fun brawlers that they're releasing than the ones that you first unlock at the beginning of the game because they're exploring new ways to play the game, which means they've got all the ways that are low utility, I'm going to say, like brawlers like Colt and Shelly. Like most of those are out of the way. Like,
yeah. And I will say they have done a really good job at making just about every single brawler have something unique about them. So I'll give them props for that.
Yeah, they're really good at maxing out, or like they're really good at making new brawlers with their own personality that slot straight into their game. That is something they do extremely well, and yeah, hats off to them for that one. It's just hard because I like many different brawlers, and you don't want to exactly play a game where you can only play one aspect of like a certain play style. You kind of want to like explore and test out other play styles, so that the game doesn't get
game
boring.
with many options. You end up inevitably wanting to explore every option, just because that's just how humans are, which is kind of what they're aiming for, I guess, because like in the end, it is a game that has to make money or else it can't continue, and we are all, for the most part, free to play. So we also aren't spending money on the game.
Well,
meaning
we aren't completely free to play. I will straight up claim that I probably spent somewhere around $60 on the game because I've I mean, come on, it's kept me entertained for 3 years. That's better than most games that I actually buy for $60.
Yeah. I think I've probably spent about the same amount of that range. J-Root over here, though.
What would you mean? Same amount.
Roughly?
Uh-huh. So when you bought that kit pack for me and for you, how much was that? Oh, right, $60. How much extra have you spent after that? We're excluding that.
Stuff. Okay.
I would still say he's coming out ahead just because he's been playing for like 14 months. Is that a good guesstimate?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So yeah, $120 for 14 months of constant entertainment. What's not to love?
See, me over here, I've played for about 2 months. I've spent $0 so far.
It's a free-to-play game.
But on the other side
It
of
is
it,
a free-to-play game.
I'm very tempted. I'm very tempted sometimes to spend some money on the game.
They're definitely trying to make it easier, which brings me to one of my next points. Basically, the monetization in the game has definitely changed because boxes went away sometime around the end of 22.
Yeah, around there.
Yeah, end of 22 was
They had
bye-bye
to-
boxes, and then we got...
That was a good change for some of those players who really like to be competitive but like don't like to feel outclassed. Pretty much that was good because it allowed you more freedom in what you could unlock, because more often than not, before the buy boxes thing, they changed it so you could actually buy both gadgets and star powers along with gears for coins so that they can incorporate this change. But before you could even do that, you had to get all of your utility options from a loot box. Not a loot box. That's a pretty harsh term for what they are, but yeah, the crudest sense of the word, they are loot boxes. Or they were. So yeah, I basically had to like roll the dice every time I opened up some of my free progression to see if I got a utility option that I may or may not ever use.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now, shortly after they did buy boxes, they basically re-implemented a very similar system in Star Drops. And Star Drops are
Annoying.
just this item that you get, and you can tap 4 times to upgrade it. And the higher rarity one you get, the better rewards will be inside of it. But the rewards are ridiculously skewed, and sometimes it's not even progression. Sometimes it's a cosmetic item. And so, like, you'll get a legendary star drop, which is the highest rarity, and you'll be like, oh, cool, I'm going to get something useful. Because in legendary star drops, you can get star powers, you can get hypercharges, you can get legendary brawlers, which are like a month's worth of progression. And then, like, if you get a skin out of that, a character skin, it just feels bad.
It does kind of feel bad from a free-to-play perspective, where you've already committed yourself to not getting any cosmetic items.
Yeah, I opened up a legendary star drop the other day when they did that, like that 9 wins event thing. I got a legendary star drop. I opened it up, and I get a skin for Edgar. I'm like, oh, come on. No.
Yeah, that barely does anything.
It wasn't even a very good skin, was it?
Don't think so. I don't remember what
Bird.
one it was.
Was it the Wild West one?
No, it was the 1000, the Blackbird one. Blackbird Edgar.
Was it actually
There's no way.
Blackbird Edgar?
There's no way that's not a legendary.
It was
Oh,
Blackbird.
yeah.
It was Blackbird Edgar.
Yep.
Oh, God.
That's disgusting. That's a rarity skin.
Yeah, I've gotten multiple 1,000 bling skins from legendaries.
Mythic and epic, I could.
Oh, that's pretty bad. I wish. Yeah. I would just take those out of legendary star drops entirely and just put in more coins, but that's me speaking as a free-to-play player.
Unity, but whatever.
That was the other half of my spicy opinions, quote unquote. The star drops. Now, I understand why they did it, because there is a pop-off factor and just like natural human brain addicted to gambling type stuff that happened with the boxes that you no longer had to draw people in, right? So they had to recreate
Yeah,
this
you
feeling.
can't buy star drops.
Yeah, exactly. But they had to recreate this feeling of like a rush of dopamine because you got something really good and that you really wanted just by chance. So they implemented these star drops, right?
Yeah.
On the surface, I was like, okay, this is something. Okay, this is something, because I watched the Kairos video of the Honest Update review at the time, and then I realized, yo, wait, really? Those are actual analytics? Like Brawl Stars is declining in popularity? Okay, no wonder they did star drops. But here's the thing that gets me. Whereas the old Club League, you could get guaranteed resources. Like, you could, like, take your club coins, which is what the currency was, and put it all into actual coins or power points. You could adapt to what you were trying to get, whether it was a brawler level up or a utility option, before they switched over to Mega Pig. Yeah. But now you don't get a say at what your resources are, and it's arguably more stressful, because what they did was they tried to revamp Club League with something called Mega Pig, where you just get like 30 star drops, which is like fine and all, but getting guaranteed
It's only 20
resources
and then
out
you
of,
get button.
oh my bad, it's 20.
Me over here
So
getting
it's
2
not even as good
or
as,
something.
well, I don't play enough.
Yeah, we need to get you in the big club.
It's worth it. Anywho's, I digress. Basically, I see them implement this new mechanic that is overall a slight progression decrease. And then I see them scatter it everywhere, absolutely everywhere. It's now in Club League. It's now in the free track of the Brawl Pass. It's now in your daily rewards. It's now something that you could probably get from the shop as like another daily reward. But it's not hard resources.
And it's in events too. Entire events just have star drops.
That makes sense.
Star drops.
That kind of makes sense.
I'm fine with events having star drops.
That's fine. That's like, especially since they changed challenges to have unlimited retries, that makes sense. It should be free to play resources for those who want it. But the fact that it's being scattered everywhere is overall a progression decrease from where we were is kind of disheartening to me. Especially since they did it in an initial attempt to retrieve their player base, basically.
Yeah, I do want to say all three of us kind of got really done with League, to the point that we want Power League now, which Club and Power League are pretty much two sides of the same coin. It's basically the same thing. None of us touch Power League. We didn't really like Club League very much. It was too stressful, and it was something that Jay and I ended up dreading when it would come up. But Mega Pig being like a one-and-done thing is cool and all. But it's a lot of games.
It is a lot of games, especially if
And
you
then
have multiple accounts.
Yeah. And then having all of that effort go into random rewards that I can't choose it feels kind of bad.
And not guaranteed legendary.
I just want to say,
Pig.
So yeah, That's the overall consensus. Those are our arguments about like what the problem is that I don't like to complain about stuff unless I have ways to fix it, but I honestly don't know in this certain circumstance of like how to keep the pop off factor with not like while also getting decent rewards. And it feels greedy to just ask for a flat out progression buff. But we have numbers of when they introduced star drops that say that it was actually like less. I don't know, man. It like the game is
Yeah.
good. The game at its core is really good. I like what they've done with it, and I actually like what they're trying to do with the hypercharges. It's just until they release them for all the brawlers, there's going to be inevitably some give and take with some unbalanced and broken brawlers. So,
Very scuffed.
I'm taking a. It's definitely
Yeah.
very scuffed.
What they're doing it right now is there's 75 brawlers, and they're releasing 6 hypercharges for 1 brawler each. 6 brawlers each every season, and so that means that in like, well, if they're going by that pace, it's actually gonna be like 2 or 3 years before every brawler hypercharge.
Yeah, it'll be. Let's see.
I sincerely hope that they do something to speed that up.
It'll be about 13 months, I think.
Well,
If they don't add
seasons
any
up to this
brawlers.
point have lasted 2 months, so
Well, hasn't this season just lasted 1 month?
Yeah, they changed
Yeah.
that recently.
yes, but every season prior has lasted 2. This is
Yeah,
the
that's
first
something-
one that's going to be shorter.
That's a change that I actually like, is because they're a dev team. They need to make money for the content they're producing. It makes sense that they would make this new Brawl Pass with like a premium track. Like, it makes sense to me the way they're monetizing it, as well as early access. It just all makes sense.
Honestly, I like the way that it's working. I like
Yeah.
the way that they're monetizing the game, making the battle pass not purchasable using in-game currency and only purchasable using actual real money is fine. I appreciate that they updated the basic track so that it would be about the same amount of progression as if you saved up all your gems to buy the Brawl Pass. That was cool. And then they added some extra rewards on top of that. But that translates to star drops, so it doesn't feel as good because it's not like getting actual coins. But I personally think it's fine. I like the way that they're going about it. I like the direction that the game is going in. And honestly, we're all complaining about the game because we have fun with this game and we're invested in it.
Yeah.
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 Yep.
Yeah, they've been like, the Brawl Stars dev team is one of the best dev teams I have ever seen. Period. They do so much that's all above and beyond. They go out of their way for player satisfaction. Like, they're the heroes we don't deserve, but we love having them.
Dude, with this new event that dropped this weekend, they're giving 1,000 random people and the 2 people that they play the most with over the course of this event 1 million gems just because.
Because they want to.
I mean,
No.
it's fine.
Yeah, because they want to. So this is.
Did you what did you say they're doing? Because I think you might have said that wrong.
If I am reading what the event is, right? Actually, no, I just screenshot and put in the announcements channel. So let me pull this up.
It's 1,000 random players.
I did not take a screenshot.
It's 1,000
I have
random
a screenshot.
players from a list of everyone who played and how many days they logged into the event. If you win, you get 150 gems. So the more you play, the higher your chances of winning. They'll also select.
So it's 150.
Yeah, and then they also select 5 random players who will get a friendship ticket. A friendship ticket gives 1 million gems to the winner and 1 million gems to each of the 4 friends they played the most with.
Wow.
So
Oh my bad. Yeah,
20,
pull up the actual information.
20
So,
people
you're
will get
definitely-
1 million gems.
which is crazy.
Yeah,
If I'm mathing
and
right.
that's easily enough to max that account. By the way.
Okay, but let's be real.
That's 20
People that
people.
are like up there.
But yeah, what are the,
The thing is that they say that they also say that they're basing who they pick off of how long that they like how much playing.
How many days you
So
played the
I would
game?
guess it works kind of like a lottery. That, like you get multiple tickets and like multiple entries to it, and they do a random drawing. I'm gonna be real. I'm playing every day this time, so I can get max chances for that because it would absolutely make my year if I were able to get a maxed out account from that. And the 4 people I play the most with are my sister and these 3 that I'm recording with right now.
Yep. If I got 1 million gems, that would be nice because I only have 25 brawlers, and one of them is at power 11.
Time to spend everything on gems.
yes, time to get everything with gems.
Yeah.
Even though
Yep.
that's the other thing I feel like they could definitely update is the coin offers in the shop, because the economy is weighted more towards coins, and that amount of coins is just not worth that much. It's just not worth the gems.
Yeah.
It's not.
It's really not. It's pretty bad.
Just do a bundle with 1,000 power points and 2,000 coins for 5 gems. Then that could fix issues.
Real.
Yeah, but I don't think they would.
Yeah, you're not wrong, but that would cause issues in and of itself because if we get the offer once, we're gonna want it again.
That's true.
Yeah, true.
And that
We need a Brawl Stars equivalent to Libin.
And then there are those people out there that have like 10,000 gems.
Yeah,
Or more.
true.
Well, yeah, but what you don't see is that they're pay to win. So
That's true. But that does create. That's just I don't know at what point it become gotcha game becomes psychological warfare, because I don't even think Genshin classifies as a gotcha game anymore because it's taken out its main gotcha. But that
Wait,
at
it
what
is?
point does FOMO become psychological warfare? Fear of missing out. It's just
Yeah.
a question.
Yo, wait, yeah, I'm just looking in the shop right now. See if they have any crazy offers. There's 300 gems for 12,000 coins.
What?
That actually wouldn't be too bad to get, I think. What's the value multiplier on it?
300% extra value.
Okay, so it's like a 3 times value. It's not the best then.
Yeah. So
Realistically, you don't want to spend money on anything that's not like at least 5 times value.
Yeah, that's like 20 bucks.
That's-
That's
yeah.
like 20 bucks for 12,000 coins.
Yeah.
Yeah, putting it in that perspective. Eh.
Yeah, that's
Eh.
yeah.
$1 for a year? That doesn't sound right.
No.
No. No, it's more, I think.
Okay, $1 for a mythic
Well, with
gear.
that offer,
That's fine. That's not good.
We should probably move on.
Yeah. So opinions
Yeah.
on hypercharge
talking
as
for
our
far too long
segue.
about this.
Opinions about hypercharge. as our
Hypercharges. Honestly, my only complaint is so few brawlers have it. I hope that they speed up the releases of hypercharges.
Yeah.
Just
Because
release
if
all
it
of them at
takes
the
less
same
than
time.
2 years to get every brawler here,
Oh, that would be a really big issue.
Yeah, and then everyone would be broken.
Everyone.
On
would
the
be-
contrary.
I bet you it'll happen this summer. Honestly,
On the contrary.
every summer they do something absolutely super hype. My bad. You go.
On the contrary, I honestly want them to take their time because I would rather them implement the feature right than
All at once.
rush
Yeah.
something up
Yeah.
that issues.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'd rather them do it right than rush it, release them all at once, and have almost every character be broken.
Plus, then we get to
Yeah.
the coin economy again, because from the event, it's also a star drop. You don't get to choose where that special hypercharge goes to.
Yeah.
And then you have to have them at power level.
True.
So that's even.
So yeah, there's that. I think Fang is absolutely broken right now.
Yeah.
He is absolutely broken, but I'm glad he's around.
Jay, you're having a little bit of lag there.
What point does
Just a little bit.
Just a little. Just a little.
This is a nightly occurrence. It's fine.
We'll just give him a minute to fix it. It's like edging through words.
So, absolutely.
We're just hearing like glimpses of what Jay is saying. I'm over here dying.
Okay.
Okay, got it.
When even Discord is like, okay, buddy, you need to reload.
Yeah.
You know it's bad. Okay.
Yeah.
I hear a sped up. Okay, got it, and then you just disconnect.
Lovely. Yes. Okay, what I was saying was I'm glad Fang is around, because Lori and Laurie are broken, and pre-release wouldn't be such an issue if they weren't top of S tier every time.
Yeah.
Something like A tier or B tier.
Yeah.
It's an issue that several games, Brawl Stars
At the same time,
and League of Legends included, have. When they release new characters, they're always stupid broken.
yes, that's a marketing
I
thing.
mean, yes.
Because who wants to buy
Yeah,
new
I'm
characters?
well aware. Yeah, I'm well aware.
But at the
it's
same
rubbing up
time-
business for them.
At the same time, I would graciously appreciate it if the new brawler wasn't instantly the best of the best character by far and pretty much uncontestable, like the last 2 or 3 have been.
Yep. Come to think of it, I have not seen Larry and Laurie in a match yet.
Oh, you don't want to. Pray you don't.
Yeah, lucky you.
Yeah.
It's bad.
If you do, it's because you've been winning 7 times in a row, and they need to knock you down a peg, so they put you against the brawler. They put you against somebody
Larry
else
and
with a
Laurie
similar
killed my win streak.
Yeah.
win streak.
Jay, how many did we have? We had 17. Right?
Agreed. Oh, you probably had 17. I was continuing a win streak that we got from way before. Let me check it for you.
I think you guys
That's
got
why
16.
I was like, oh my goodness.
I have 17, and then J-Root has 18. Or it might be one higher than that for everybody. Yeah, I have 17. I have 17 max.
Sound?
24, he says.
Wait, what?
How does 24 sound?
It's on his fourth
18
account.
win streak was with my Mandy.
Yeah, it is on my 4th account, so I have a lower max trophies. So I don't get matched into people that are as difficult. Maybe difficult's the wrong word. As competent.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's your answer.
Let's just quick
I'm
shot
curious.
through this last section real quick, I guess.
I'm just curious.
Uh-huh.
Who do you guys think is an underrated underrated brawler right now?
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing. Let's go through each
Who do you
person.
think is underrated?
Name each person. Let's all name an overrated brawler and an underrated brawler, and then let's just go through really fast. Maybe take like a minute each to talk about it.
Okay.
So,
Who kicks us off?
Jay, go. I'm putting you on the spotlight again.
Bruh. You would do that. You do that. You're rude.
I would
Anyways.
do that. Yep, I would do that.
You would. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I'm not very smart. I don't know.
Who do you
think
not see in matchmaking very often that when you see him, you're absolutely terrified?
Meg.
All right, and then what's
That's
one
fair.
you see quite a bit
That's
that you
fair.
don't think is very scary?
Edgar.
That's
There's
Honestly,
Yeah.
I
That's
have to
fair.
agree. I think he's a little overrated after the nerfs. I think he's dropped down quite a fair bit.
yeah.
Ave, dude. What about you?
Right,
I'm curious what you.
As far as overrated goes, I'm gonna also go with Edgar because he's just stupid.
Touche, well played.
He's been playing for 2 months and he already gets that Edgar's overrated in almost all categories. Bro, that's great.
As far as underrated
Yo,
goes, I'd say, at least from what I've seen playing so far, just looking at the list, Chuck is one I don't see played very often, but when I play against a Chuck, I am terrified. And then I'd have to say Mandy as well, because I don't get paired against a Mandy very often, but when I do, I run for my life.
Teehee, I can change that.
So can Ben, actually, to some capacity.
I'm good
actually,
with
I want to hear
you. Hand me a character and I'll win.
Real.
Yeah.
You want to hear mine? I can go.
Yes.
So, wait. I want to hear your take before I say my take.
Okay.
Pulls up the brawler list.
Seriously.
I think that Buster is criminally underrated. I think having a shield up that you can use to just deflect shots for a full 3 seconds is kind of crazy. I think he's pretty underrated, and I think that yeah, he's good. Overrated, I want to say Miko, because I mean, sure, he does a lot of damage, and if he lands on you, well, then GG's. But at the same time, like, there are options to play around it sometimes. Well, okay, listen, he's stupid broken, but just time your attacks and you'll be fine.
Yeah, just hit him when he lands, run when he's jumping, and you should be
Yeah, that's the
somewhat
learning
good.
curve.
Smart, Miko.
He's a brawler who single-handedly forces the skill floor of the entire game up, just because you need to learn how your favorite brawler interacts with him.
Yep.
You need to learn that interaction. That way you don't get duped every single time.
Yep.
Okay. Who is
Yeah.
criminally underrated? I'm going to put RT as my criminally underrated pick. I don't know if that's correct. Because I haven't seen a lot of RTs recently.
Yeah, I haven't seen a lot of RTs at all.
But
I
RT,
have
when
to
he
agree.
pops off, he pops off. He's absolutely broken, but nobody's playing him or has obtained a skill ceiling in a casual capacity to show me how bad it can be. But yeah. And then overrated. Oh, goodness. Overrated. Well, I might have to say Colette to some extent. Because, yeah, she's good in Heist, but outside of Heist and maybe Hot Zone, if you see a Colette, it's not too bad. Unless you get tapped, in which case, then yeah, it's skill difference.
Yup.
Oh, yeah. That's technically a better pick. But I already said mine, so whatever.
Say a second one. Who cares?
Sure. I'm gonna say Mortis. Mortis is cool. Mortis is really cool, and I have to give him credit where credit's due. Despite the amount of new brawlers that have different ways to mess with him, he's been slowly dropping off, but for the most part, he's been staying pretty consistent.
Yeah.
Like where he is in the tier list. So there's that.
I agree.
So yeah, that's all I have to say.
All right. I say we move on.
If y'all will let me cook.
Huh?
Who you cooking? Yeah, who you smoking?
If y'all will let me cook, I think Penny is underrated. I think she's a lot of fun. I think she's still pretty good. I think that turret is extremely annoying to deal with when placed properly. And that's my hot take for the day. I'll leave. Oh wait,
Tell me about it.
I just saw the pearls and here. My bad. I'll leave. I'm gonna shut up now. I have to stop talking.
Penny is annoying to deal with.
Yeah, no, her salty barrel.
Yeah.
All right, I think honestly that's a lot of what I think that's just about everything that I've wanted to cover. So
Real quick, let's rapid fire. Anything anybody wants to see in the future to change the game?
Ooh.
Jared, let's hear it. Jared, let's hear your favorite saying.
You know what, bud? I know where you live.
Oh, I mean you do. You won't for very much longer, but you do.
Hey, now. No, I'm just gonna track you down, and I'll find you.
He'll put a
Hey,
tracking
yep.
device on you.
My bad.
Yep.
Install the tracking app on my phone.
Yep.
Oh no.
Yep.
Anyways, what I thought you were gonna say, bring back boxes, but
That's what I thought he was going to say too.
Bring back boxes.
I was low-key kind of hoping. Yeah, what I was going to say was something in a similar vein. Maybe not as extreme as bring back boxes, but definitely I would like some resources, solid resources from the star drops. Like, obviously, they can't go too ham with this, but if I could get guaranteed coins and power points for every star drop, along with, like, I don't care if they remove the cosmetic rewards or something, but yeah.
Also, I want to see the China to the US because those China's cool.
Oh.
China still has boxes and has different cool skins that we don't have, and I'm jealous.
Oh wow. I mean, it kind of is two different games, right? It's like two different dev companies or dev.
They've got different dev teams and balance teams. The game is entirely different there.
That's crazy.
I don't know why, but games are usually just different in China. It doesn't make any sense to me.
It will. I mean, to some extent, yeah, I agree with you. But if you do research, it's not too hard to figure out why. Anyways.
Yeah. Anyway. Let's see. Something I guess off of what Jay was saying. With the star drops, I guess an idea could be they could do like cosmetic star drops, then resource star drops, and then brawler / gear star drops, and like maybe anytime you get a star drop, you could choose out of the 3 on what you wanted.
Yeah. I was
Yeah, if they hit
It's
different types of
interesting.
star drops, that'd be cool.
Yeah, I mean, they've already set that up. I mean, we've got a special hypercharged star drop as well as the basic. Like, they've designated, like, these star drops are 100% legendary. These star drops will always contain a hypercharge. I don't see why they wouldn't, like, go take that one step further and make resource star drops.
Yeah. Makes it more guaranteed on what you're going to get, and you're like, oh, yeah, I'm going to get this thing from this star drop and whatnot.
Yeah, I think I'll have to reciprocate that. That's actually a really cool idea that I want to see implemented now. Star drops that are like guaranteed progression, whether that be coins or power points or experience doublers or, you know, and then there's cosmetic star drops that could be bling and skins and pins and sprays, all the things there.
Yeah.
Yep. That would be sick. I would love that. That would basically pretty much bring back boxes. In some capacity, yeah.
Bring back boxes, more or less.
Kind of. I just miss getting both coins and power points out of the same drop.
Yeah. Because, like, I opened, like, a super rare star drop. I got, like, 50 power points, and I was like, okay, but I don't know.
That's at least a level 3 brawler.
Yeah.
That's probably coins again. Oh well. Yeah.
All right, are we done? Is that all we wrote down?
Yeah, I think that's probably just about everything.
All right, then Ben, go ahead and let's go ahead and run the outro that we did, same as last episode.
Yep. Okay. Thanks everybody for watching. If you got this far, glad you made it to the end. I hope you enjoyed the vibes. I'm bad at video games, but it's fine. Like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Throw a comment down below. Yell at us, it'll be funny. Give us some constructive criticism, or just normal criticism. It doesn't really matter. I don't know, anything I missed? Hope to see you next time, I guess. This was episode 4. I still don't know what to call this episode, but it's Brawl Stars, so yeah.
Probably just gonna be called Brawl Stars.
Catch you later. Peace out.
Peace.
Probably.
See you later.
Bye.
We'll be back someday, and we will find our way. Take control of our fate, and like a car with no brakes, crash and learn, make mistakes, and we'll be back one day. We'll be back one day.